Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be doing a demo slash tutorial on the new Natasha Denona Glam face palette, the deep version. I have it here. It has fingerprints all over it. But if you want to see how I got these two separate looks using that one palette, then just continue to watch. Please guys, like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel to grow. And let's interact in the comments. Do you have the palette? Do you like it? Do you have light? Do you have dark? What do you think? Was it worth it? Are you returning it? Are you going to keep it? Do you have, colors like that in your collection? Is the quality good? What do you think? Let me know. Let me get in your business. Okay, guys. So just continue to watch so you can see how I got these two lovely looks.
And it goes a little something like...
For today's video, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, we are doing a demo tutorial, doing a look with the Natasha Denona Glam face palette, which is the holiday release for this year. I'm trying to get some of the fingerprints on it. It looks like this, the packaging, and then the inside actually looks the same as the box. Pretty rose gold packaging. Let me get some prints off because it shows everything. Looks like this. I have the deep version. And you get two creams on the top. I'm thinking one is a, okay. Oh, that's a blush. It's a cream blush. Cream blush and highlighter. This is what it looks like. So you get 5 eyeshadows, a highlighter, and a blush. I don't know why I thought it was a bronzer, but I'll just use a bronzer from my collection because I did not add bronzer. So we're going to focus on eyes today because we have this beautiful eye palette. So it's labeled, the palette is actually labeled in the corner, crease, smoke, transition, and outer corner. That's just a guide for you. You don't have to use the shadows in that order if you choose not to. But we're gonna see. I'm gonna use the transition for an actual transition. I am going to grab a fluffy blending brush. And I do like on these palettes, I do like palettes that come with cream and powders that have this acrylic separator so that your powders don't get into your cream and vice versa. So let's just get started. So I'm going to go into the transition shade and I'm going to use it in my crease as my transition shade. So, transition, let's see. I want to do 2 separate eye looks. So I'm going to do one eye look on one eye and the other eye look on the other eye using the same palette. So I'm going to use the transition shade for both sides. So I'm going to go into my crease with the crease shade, and this is the deep version of the palette. They have 2, a light and a deep, if you did not know. I just hauled this in my last video. If you have not seen it, check it out to see everything that I purchased from the VIB Sephora sale and the Ulta sale that was going on with that sale. It might be still going on, I'm not sure, but they usually have great sales around Christmas time. Not just Sephora and Ulta, but the actual websites like Natasha Denona. Okay, so now I'm going to take the smoke shade, which is the deepest shade in the palette, and I'm going to do this smoke shade on both eyes in the lower outer corner. And this is supposed to be a new formula, and so far I like it. The smoke shade is picking up really well. I just moved into a smaller brush so I can have more control. This is pigmented. Oh my god, I am in love. If this is the new formula, I am in love. I don't know if she'll continue to use this formula for future palettes, but I am in love. That deep palette, really, that deep Smoke shade impressed me with the pigmentation. I have to say, I'm going to use that same shade on the outer corner on the other eye as well. And you see how pigmented that is? I just dipped and got that much product. And I find for me the key for seamless eye looks is blending. Blending. So I'm going to take the smoke shade on this fluffier brush and just dip lightly because I want more intensity on both eyes. So what I'm going to do is use on one eye, I'm going to use the outer corner shade as a lid shade, and on the opposite eye, I'm going to use the inner corner shade as a lid shade. So I'm going to take a flat, like, shader brush. This is a shader brush, right? No, this is a shading blender. So you can blend with this brush and you can lay down color. So I'm going to go with the outer corner shade, which is like a rose gold for one eye. Is it picking up? Yeah, there we go. It's kind of soft, so you got to put a little, I got a lot. I always do that. I got a lot of product on my brush. Here's my brush cleaner. So this is the outer corner shade, and I'm just going to start to lay this on my lid. So now I'm going into that was the outer corner shade. I'm going into the inner corner shade, and I'm going to add that to this lid. Okay, I'm not getting as much pigmentation. So this is way more glittery. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Inglot Duraline, or you can use a glitter glue. I can use, no, I'm gonna take some of the Duraline and just put a drop on the back of my hand. It's clear, it looks like this. You can use a glitter adhesive, like I have NYX glitter glue here. Very cheap at the beauty supply store, but I'm just gonna take my brush, tap it into the Duraline mixing medium or any mixing medium you have, and I'm gonna go back into that shade, and I'm going to tap it on. Just tapping that on. My Duraline is dry on my hand, so I'm gonna add just a tiny bit more. Just one drop. It's a dropper. Just because I want to layer this glitter, which is here for the inner corner, but I'm using it as a lid shade. Let me go into the highlighter. If I can get it open. I'm gonna go into the highlighter and just put a little on my brush and go over this a little bit more so we can get a little more shine. Okay, that's pretty. Okay, so BRB, and this is what we're looking like. I'm just gonna add a liner, some lashes, and I'm gonna put some bronzer on so we can move into the rest of the face. So I'm back. I have my liner, I have my lashes on. They are currently drying. These are some, are they called red cherry or cherry? Where did I put the? These are called the Cherry Blossom Silk 3D lashes in the style 906, 908. I got these from the beauty supply store. They were $1. I need to go back and rack up. Now back into the palette we go. I want to smoke out the lower lash line, so I am going to take a small pencil brush, and I'm going to use the shade. Okay, so that's in the corner. So I didn't use the crease shade, I used the transition shade. So I'm going to take the crease shade, which is the lighter chocolate. This is the transition. That's what I used on the eye. So I'm going to take the crease shade on the bottom lash line, just with a pencil brush, really lightly. Put some color down there. And fun fact, color on your lower lash line hides wrinkles, if you didn't know, and fine lines. Now I'm taking the smoke shade, which is the deepest shade, and I'm just putting it on the outside of the lower lash line, not the inside, and flicking it up. So just the outside, really, really close to the lower lash line, so it doesn't get out of hand. And then taking it just up there to reinforce any little smoke that we may have lost. And then for the inner corner, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the highlighter and use that as my inner corner, just because the inner corner shade in here to me is a little bit chunky for the inner corner. I mean, you can make it work if you wet your brush, but I just feel like the highlight is a little bit softer, so I want to use that for my inner corner. And it's on the lid over here, so it might just get lost, but yeah. And to the lower lash line, just a little bit of sparkle. And then I need some mascara. Oh no, we gotta do blush. So there is a blush in this palette, and I'm gonna take this fluffy brush, not a big brush. So the blush shade, which I thought was a bronzer, is this shade here on this side. So I'm gonna take this blush and I'm gonna tread lightly. Well, it's a cream, but it looks like it has some shimmer to it. So judging on how pigmented the shadows were, I'm going to lightly start to blush up my cheeks. That's not bad. It's not. I like cream blush. I really like what it does to the skin. It doesn't accentuate pores or, imperfections. And it gives a nice glow to the skin as well as blushing up the skin. So first off, I love the packaging on this palette. It's beautiful. It's compact. It will get smudgy with fingerprints, but that is to be expected. I do like that the shadows are super duper pigmented. So I used every shadow in the palette, but I didn't use the crease for the crease. I used the transition for the crease, but you can get more dimension when you follow transition and crease, and it won't be. So I just wanted to use 2 shadows plus the lid to keep it simple, to show you that you can get more than one look out of this. I would even dare to take the blush and use it as an eyeshadow. Today I used the highlight as an eyeshadow. Oh, we gotta use the highlight as a highlight and see what it's doing. Sorry. So here's the highlight. That's it on the brush. I'm gonna tap off, and then I'm going to just put some on my cheeks for the glow. And this also is a cream in the palette. It's under that acrylic cover. It's beautiful. This is beautiful. It is so soft, silky. Yes, I do like that. So this is the final look. I hope I don't look too wet at the moment. I just have the Eau Chocolat gloss from Fenty on my lips. I just wanted to keep it simple and keep it about the eyes. So how do I feel about the dark palette? So far so good. This is not really a review because I have to use something for a while to honestly say it's a review video. But I mean, I like it. It's cool. I will get a lot of use out of it because for everyday use, these are the colors that I pull for. I have two separate eyes on, but they're both neutral. They're both very wearable. So if you were on the fence about this, should you get this palette or not? I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to determine how much makeup do you have. Do you already have this in your collection? Me personally, I do. I don't have this in this formula, and that's always my excuse. But I wanted to treat myself, so I did. You would be treating yourself if you purchase this, because I mean, who needs the makeup? Let's be real. So yeah, so that's it for today's video, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in again for another video with me. Before you leave, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video. And until next time, guys, bye.